Hey, what's up, everybody? I said I would do a live video and talk a little bit about, ooh, look at the hair, eh? Talk about holiday triggers, or for me, Christmas triggers. That's right, I used the word Christmas. But holiday triggers. I'm going to take my time getting started here to give a few minutes to see if anybody wants to pop on. I'll do my best to read any questions anyone got as I'm talking. Oh, feel like a sneeze coming on. But the holiday season is a tough time for a lot of people because it can remind us of family, and you're always around family at holiday season. You try to be, and you think about the ones you've lost over the years, right? So a lot of people can be triggered pretty easily around the holiday season. Plus, there's a lot of stress involved with the holiday season, getting presents and the cost of spending the money to get those presents, right? But I know a lot of times too, people watch commercials. You watch that sappy commercial. You could be sitting in a room with people watching a movie or watching TV, and then a sappy Christmas commercial comes on and reminds you of something, and next thing you know, your eyes are all watery and everything. You don't want anyone to see, right? Yeah, Christmas is hard for you, Felicia. Yeah. What else I got? I got notes made, so if you see me looking down, bear with me, right? Anxiety can be big when holiday season's around. You got Christmas parties. A lot of people have work Christmas parties, and that's tough for people because they don't want to be out around a crowd, around other people. So it could be tough, right? Can you imagine now if you have PTSD and you have social anxiety and your spouse has a work Christmas party and you got to go to it? It could be really difficult because you're around a bunch of strangers and you don't know these people, so that could be difficult. Right? So it's tough around the Christmas holidays. If someone had, I heard of alcohol being a trigger for a person. So I know in Newfoundland where I lived, alcohol is a big thing in Christmas time, right? Especially with Christmas parties. But you also have people, there are people out there who live alone, when they live alone, and have no one to share the holiday season with, it can be really tough. So what do you do if you live alone and you don't have anyone to share the holiday season with? Well, some ideas I had were you help people. You help people that's around you. Excuse me. I live next door to a senior citizen, and me and my two boys, we help shovel her walkway. We would help her shovel her driveway, but she has a person who comes with a truck and does that, so he does it way better than us, right? But the boys go over and visit her and help with the trash, right? But it helps somebody. What else did I think of? I know a person in Edmonton. He doesn't have any kids, but he loves kids. So what he does is he always goes out and buys Christmas gifts and drops them off to the homeless or shelters or the needy. Because he just feels good, right? He doesn't have anyone to give Christmas gifts to, so he gives Christmas gifts to the low-income people, right? As a soldier, I remember when I was in Afghanistan, I got some letters from school kids, and I thought it was the coolest thing. In saying that, if anyone ever wanted to write a letter to a soldier, that's something you could do if you're feeling lonely around Christmas holidays. You could write a letter to a soldier. There was one lady who wrote to me. She's passed away now. But she was a Legionnaire in Stephenville, Newfoundland, and she used to write me in Afghanistan, and I would write her back. And, it's just something to make you feel good. You'll connect with somebody, and a soldier will really appreciate it. I remember in Easter, I was in Afghanistan during an Easter, and a group or a class of kids sent me a care package from Deer Lake, I believe it was, Newfoundland. Anyway, in the package was some Easter bunnies, chocolate Easter bunnies, a toothbrush, some toothpaste, and a magazine that said was it 100 things to do? No, 10, or 10 things to do in Canada before you die. I was like, "Woo, okay, thank you very much." But yeah, where was I? We're talking about shopping malls. Shopping malls are tough. I know I'm not a big fan of shopping malls, and we all know at Christmas time, the shopping malls are even crazier, man. You know, you get all the people out in December trying to get those last minute gift ideas or whatever, right? People with post-traumatic stress disorder, may I recommend online shopping. Online shopping is awesome. I love eBay. I try to buy all my gifts early and have it done online shopping. How do you send letters to them, Felicia? If you go to contact any military base, if you contact reserve unit, they can usually supply you with a address to send to a soldier, right? They won't give you a name of a soldier, but they'll supply you with an address, and it'll just go to a random soldier. A lot of times these soldiers write back, right? What was I talking about? We're talking about the malls. The malls are tough. Online shopping is really good. For me, taking care of my triggers for Christmas is being around family, being around good friends. I'm the worst with my PTSD when I'm alone. When I'm alone with my thoughts. I'm my own worst enemy, man. So being alone with my thoughts is terrible. So I try to be around at least one person, right? Try to be around someone to talk with. But also, it can be a trigger too. I know I've sat in the house by myself at times, and then you see a vehicle pull up in the driveway, and I can't help it. My heart automatically skips a beat, and right off the bat, I'm like, who's out there? Who's out there? And I'm peeking out the window, going, who's out in my driveway? Who? I don't know them. Do I know them? I don't know if I know them. Yeah. Oh, right. But then they come in. It's somebody I know, and then they come in, and I feel fine, and then I'm almost like, I feel bad when they leave because I don't want them to leave. You know, it's weird, but it's weird. Elizabeth, you're your own worst enemy too. Yeah. Felicia, I can't be alone at all, only for a limited amount of time. Yeah, you're probably your own worst enemy too. I know, because our minds do this shit to us, right? They make us think that, oh my God, that person is probably staring at me, or your mind makes you think that other people are thinking bad things about you. And for the most part, people are not thinking bad things about you. But for some reason, you think they are. You think they're thinking weird things about you. That's what this fucking PTSD shit does. I'm looking at my notes again. Where was I? Being alone can really bring you into depression too, man. I know, especially the holiday season. I mean, a lot of times when the holiday season nears, like now, when we're at the end of November, you start thinking about what you want Christmas or the holiday season to be right now. What's coming? You know, I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to do this. And as it gets closer, certain things might not happen for you. And that can drive people, that can really trigger people. I know money can always be tight at Christmas time. You're trying to get gifts for your kids and keep up with the bills and keep food in the fridge, and you got to have the turkey and you want to have these certain things for Christmas, right? And it's hard. Money can be tight. Some things to do though, to like I said, to prevent the depression and everything, is you got to get out. You got to visit people. I know it's tough. I know it is. And if you find that it's really hard to leave the house, then call someone. Invite them over to your house. Watch a hockey game. Watch a movie. Do something simple. But you can't be alone. Being alone will set you into depression, right? If you don't want to go out anywhere and you got a spouse, do couple things. I mean, I'm not the best. I know I do videos and stuff, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping a conversation with somebody. But my wife is the best at a conversation. She should be doing these videos. She's way better looking than me too, right? But she can carry on a conversation great. So I know I'm more comfortable going out with her because she can do most of the talking for me. And it's good too, because if you're sometimes you know you can feel awkward because there's that uncomfortable silence where you're with some people and you don't know what to say and you don't right, and there's no conversation going, right? So if you're with someone else, or if you go out with your spouse and do a couple things, you know, you can always have that where you can lean on someone else, that they can keep the conversation going and you can just throw in a few words every now and then, right? Some things to look out for though is binging. I'm bad for it because I'm a chocoholic. Christmas comes, man. A lot of people can drink more than they usually want or usually plan on drinking. A lot of people can end up eating a lot more than they plan on eating. And that's just something to watch out for. One thing I've been doing, I've been lifting weights again. Not a big lot, but just lifting weights. And I find it's been really good for my anxiety. I can't really explain it, but I think what it is because I've been lifting weights again, I'm feeling stronger. And when you feel stronger, when you feel better, you know, when you feel better physically, you're going to feel better mentally because you feel better about yourself. At least that's what's happening to me right now, you know. I've heard it from a few people about exercise, and as a bigger guy, I hate pushing exercise. But you think about it, I mean, and I'm not talking you need to go to the gym, you need to run every day, but if you get out and go for a walk, that's it. You're going to feel better, I promise. I'm just lifting weights and just feeling the muscles again. Some of my aches and pains have been going away. I used to have shoulder pain. Since I've been lifting weights again, you know, and exercising more, getting out and walking, getting, it's not just the exercise, it's getting the sunlight, vitamin D, right? I need to be bringing my camera more. That's what I'm going to start doing because I live in St. John's, Newfoundland, which has some great scenery. I'm really getting off topic of Christmas, but I want to get some videos of going outdoors. I was talking about doing exercise. Since this winter's coming on, I highly recommend, if you have snow in your area, going sliding. Sliding is one of the greatest activities for winter because you can take your kids. And when you get your kids sliding, you're having fun sliding. And as a father, let me tell you, you're beating out your kids. You're making them tired, right? And when they're tired, they're quicker to go to bed. They're quicker to pass out and fall asleep. So that's the trick. You know, it's not to give them the iPad. It's to get out there and go sliding with them, right? And you're never too old to go sliding, right? If you go sliding and you think it's not fun, something wrong with you, okay? I'm just kidding, okay? There's nothing wrong with you if you don't like sliding. Yes, it is. But there's lots of activities to do in the winter. I'm a big snowmobiler. I don't own one, but I grew up on one. I love snowmobiling. I highly recommend it if you have a chance to own one. I live in St. John's now. There's not enough snow to own one. There's no point. But I do own an ATV. I got me quad. Yeah, an ATV. I highly recommend them because there's nothing better than getting out and just, you know, I love going in through the country on my quad and getting the fresh air in my face, and I don't know, it's just something free about it, you know. And I'm up in the woods where there's not even a sound of a vehicle. So once again, I'm not even talking about holidays anymore. When it comes to the gifts, I mean, you gotta watch the spending, because I know I'm bad for it. You always want everything for your kids. You want to spend money. You want everything for Christmas, right? But Christmas will come and go, and the bills will still be here. And the next thing you know, you're behind your bills, and that brings a whole bunch of stress. and especially if you are married, because when both spouses worry about the bills and money, I mean, it just brings stress on both of you, and you end up fighting for no reason, right? So all I'm saying is just maybe have a spending limit. You can try your best. I try to have a spending limit every Christmas, and then I fuck it every Christmas. But yeah, I was talking about the binging. Also try to stay away from drinking too much beer. I will probably fail at that too. But yeah, like I said, Christmas triggers are going to be tough. We're getting near the Christmas season. It's going to be tough, everybody, because almost everyone out there has someone they've lost over the years. And when it comes to the holiday season, you often think about the important people in your life and the important ones you've lost. So I wish I could tell you there was a great grounding technique for missing someone. The best one I've learned is helping others. And if you want to help others, you're doing it every day by being on PTSD Buddies, giving good comments to people who are putting up posts when they're in trouble. People who are listening and watching this video, you probably don't hear it, but I've gotten the liberty of hearing it from other members that, you know, when they tell me that PTSD Buddies has saved their life, right? And I've been told it a lot of times, man. Many times I've had members tell me PTSD Buddies saved their life, and they said thank you. Well, you know what? It's no thanks to me. It's thanks to the members. It's thanks to the good members like you who are watching this video right now, who put the great comments, the supportive comments on people's posts, right? You're uplifting them. You're making them feel better. There could be people out there who are having bad triggers at Christmas, and they'll put up a post, and it could be your comment that saves them. It could be your comment that turns them around, right? That's why we do these posts. That's why we do these videos. And that's why I post on YouTube, because I want them to stay forever, right? But anyway, I'm going to post this video to YouTube. So to anyone who watches this video, I invite you to talk about Christmas or the holidays and triggers around the holidays, or do a video on any tips that can help someone with PTSD through the holidays. I like to create a chain on videos about the holiday season. All right? Well, that's it for me. Have a good day. And if you got another topic that you'd like for me to talk about, I will talk about it. This topic was given to me by one of the members. So if you got a topic that you want me to talk about in a video, just send me a message and I'll do it. And if you want me to do a PTSD Buddy chat, send me a message and I will do it. I'm around. All right? Cheers, everybody. Have a great night.